Hello, everyone. Bonjour, tout le monde. My name is Ryan Hurljack, and I'm the founder of the Ryan's Well Foundation. And here on the Ryan's Well podcast today, we're joined by a very special guest, Arnaud. Bonjour, Arnaud.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. And it's really lucky. When I was younger, I got to hear all sorts of stories growing up from other kids who wanted to start different initiatives to take action in the world. And just this year, Arnaud has, done something amazing, and I want to give the floor over to you, Arnaud. Can you share a little bit with us and our listeners of what you decided to do?
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to translate and
Absolutely.
answer. Arnaud, dans le fond, lui, il a dit qu'il a vu plein de belles histoires de jeunes enfants qui ont voulu faire des gestes pour avoir un impact bénéfique dans le monde, puis que toi, tu avais fait un beau geste qui avait eu un bel impact. Est-ce que tu aimerais ça parler un petit peu, expliquer qu'est-ce que tu as fait?
Ouais.
Tu peux raconter de où c'est parti, puis quel geste que tu as apporté là, pour faire tes 2 campagnes de financement. En regardant la caméra.
Dis-le en français, puis nous, on va le translater. On va le traduire.
Depuis que j'ai lu un livre, je me souviens plus c'était quoi le titre.
La princesse à l'eau claire.
La princesse à l'eau claire. Mais ça m'a vraiment touchée de voir qu'il y a des enfants qui faisaient des milliards de kilomètres pour aller chercher de l'eau, même pas très belle. Fait que là, depuis ce temps-là, je me dis, mais c'est pas juste que eux ils aillent pas accès à de l'eau belle, puis que nous on l'aille. Fait que là, je voulais donner des sous pour qu'il y ait de l'eau potable.
So when Arnaud was 6, we read the book The Princess Water Princess, and it was really devastated to see that people all around the world didn't have access to clean water to drink. So we said...
and they had to walk many miles
to have access to clean water. So he asked me, Mom, can we drill a water well in Africa? And I was like, well, maybe that is something that we can do. So he said, okay, we're gonna raise money and we're gonna do that. So the first time that we raised money, we have a sugar shack. So we made some maple sugar, and Arnaud sold it. So we raised, te rappelles-tu combien de sous, Arnaud? 1400?
Dans lesquels?
Dans la cassonade.
1433.
Oh. 1,433.
It's unbelievable, Arnaud.
Yeah, the first time. Mm-hmm. And then he said, maybe I can do something more to raise more money. So he came with the idea to make a dinner show because he is a good humorist. So we sold tickets to have a dinner show. So we cooked some hot dogs, and Arnaud made a show in front of combien de personnes on était? 50 people. Yeah. And he raised 3,000.
Combien, Arnaud, déjà?
3,200.
3,400.
3,000, more than $3,000.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Did you have a lot of fun doing it?
As-tu eu du fun à faire ça?
Yeah.
I think that was my favorite thing too. I did Pokemon card raffles and basketball because that's what I liked, and it ended up being a lot of fun, so I ended up doing more. But I am curious. You heard about Water of the Water Princess, which is amazing. Georgie Badil is a hero to a lot of people, and she's an amazing person. But what struck you about water? Why help out with something that seems as simple as water?
Pourquoi avoir choisi d'aider, exemple, sur quelque chose comme l'eau? Pourquoi est-ce que l'eau t'a touché plus qu'autre chose?
Mais parce que l'eau, c'est un besoin essentiel dans la vie.
OK. Ça, c'était vraiment important pour toi?
Ouais.
it's really the fact that for him it was quite necessary to have access to clear water. And est-ce que le fait de savoir qu'il buvait de l'eau comme malpropre aussi, ça t'a touché?
Mhm.
And the fact that they had to drink, let's say,
30
water or not that clear, so it really touches him.
He said, I can't believe that here we have access to water just with the sink, and they have to walk so many miles just to drink one cup of water.
Mhm. I think it hit me in the same way as my teacher told us that kids had to walk as far as 5 kilometers. And I remember being really confused because the tap was right there, the water fountain was right there. So it seemed like a different planet. But if there's something simple that we can do, why not try something? So that was my thought process too. It's crazy though. We still have over 1 billion people on this world that don't have access to clean water, and it's still a lot of work. Do you think that we can help get everyone clean water still, even if it's a lot of work?
Arnaud, il dit qu'il reste encore beaucoup de travail, puis il reste encore 1 billion de personnes qui n'ont pas accès à l'eau. Est-ce que tu penses, toi, qu'on est capable un jour que tout le monde ait accès à l'eau?
Oui.
Yes.
I like it.
Comment tu penses qu'on peut continuer d'y arriver, que tout le monde ait accès à de l'eau?
En persévérant.
With the perseverance?
Yeah.
Perseverance or stubbornness. I think when I was young, I had the same answer. I just said yes, and I went forward with it. And I said, I can do anything. But I had a lot of grown-ups tell me, oh, it's actually more complicated, and there's a whole bunch of different layers to it. So if I thought you were to tell me as a grown-up about the world's water crisis, maybe I wouldn't do anything about it. But it's only because we can have that attitude that some things can get done. So that's one of the reasons why you've been able to help so much, I think, Arnaud, is you have an awesome attitude.
Parce que tu as une belle attitude, Arnaud, que ça prend des gens qui sont persévérants. Puis, à la limite, t'es dessus pour dire, I want to do that, and I'm going to do it no matter what. Mom, we're going to drill a water well in Africa.
C'est-à-dire, c'est ça. Même si les gens te disaient, c'est pas possible, ou c'est dur,
difficile,
ou c'est beaucoup, ben, non, on l'essaye, on le fait. Hein? So, don't care too much of it's too hard.
You can learn lots of things along the way, but that attitude is very important, and it's hard to get as an adult. So kudos to you on that. So one of my other questions is, what's the biggest thing that you've learned since you started doing these fundraisers?
Qu'est-ce que tu as appris en faisant ça? Quelle est la plus grande chose que tu as appris en faisant tes levées de fonds?
Est-ce que ça t'a beaucoup impressionné, la générosité des gens?
Ouais.
Ouais, hein? C'est quelque chose qui t'a beaucoup touché. The night of the show, after everyone was gone, we sat at the table, we counted the money, and he was like, Mom, I can't believe that people are so generous, that he had some sponsor that gave him stuff and for the night, and he was impressed that, wow, people are giving me all of this and all the money, and he couldn't believe it. It was like the first time I raised money with the maple sugar. It was hard work. It was long, but this time it was like, it was only one night and people were so generous with me. That's the biggest thing that he learned.
And I would say through the process also, because as Virginie said, you were asking for a 12 hot dog, like
12 dozen.
12 dozens of hot dogs. And he came back and he said, wow, he even gave me liquor and juice and chips. And I was like, wow. So, yeah.
Oh my goodness. That's amazing. I think my big question is, if there was another 6-year-old who wanted to do something about water or another cause in the world, what advice would you have for them? And if they wanted to do something like a stand-up show or sell something, what advice would you have for them?
Quel conseil tu donnerais à n'importe qui voudrait faire un geste comme le tien? Donc, qui voudrait lever de l'argent pour peu importe la cause, que ce soit de l'eau ou autre chose, qu'est-ce que tu leur dirais comme conseil?
À un petit gars de 6 ans, qu'est-ce que tu lui dirais?
De jamais lâcher.
De jamais lâcher?
To never give up.
Where did you get that attitude?
Où t'as pris ça où, ça, cette attitude-là de ne jamais baisser les bras? Est-ce que tu sais de où ça vient?
Non.
That's know where it come from, but...
Est-ce que tu lui dirais aussi t'es capable?
De quoi, là?
Tu sais, dans le fond,
Il y avait
là,
un petit gars de 6 ans qui venait te voir et qui disait « Arnaud, j'aimerais ça que tu me donnes des conseils pour ramasser des sous pour quelque chose qui me tient à cœur, comme un geste humanitaire comme celui-là. Aurais-tu un conseil pour moi? »
conseil...
Non, je sais pas.
Je sais pas. Hard to find.
It's hard to find. Oh
Hard
my
to
gosh.
find, not to give up.
Not to give up. And I would say that it took him a lot of courage to go for it and go ahead in the project. So I would say go for it.
To go for it is hard, especially when you have to ask people and go out of your comfort zone. I remember I was so nervous when I was 6, 7 years old. I get sweaty and I stutter and I couldn't talk to people. But sometimes if you can get over that hurdle and have the courage, then nothing can stop you once you keep going. So I think that's the reason for your success, is you had the courage to step out of your comfort zone. That sounds awesome.
I remember that the day we decided to go to the store to ask for a sponsor, and he said, "Mom, I'm so nervous." And when we came back, and he was like, "They are giving me everything, the hot dogs, the chips, the liquor," and he felt so proud. And just before a few minutes before, he was so nervous. It was hard to do that. Yeah. It was out of his comfort zone, and he did it anyway. I said, "I know it's the biggest part. Is the part that is the most uncomfortable." And he said, "Yeah, Mom, but I'm gonna do that anyway." So we did it.
That's awesome. And a very important question I have to ask you is, what is your favorite joke from your routine that you did?
C'est quoi ta joke préférée?
La meilleure joke là, de ton spectacle, c'était laquelle?
Ouais, elle est longue. Est-ce que tu veux faire celle de du poussin de 200 kilos?
Ouais, pourquoi?
Vas-y, regarde la caméra.
Regarde la caméra puis fais-le. Veux-tu que je la compte en anglais puis toi tu vas répondre?
Raconte-la en français puis on va la traduire après.
L'autre jour, j'étais allée dans le poulailler de mes cousins. Puis sais-tu ce que j'ai vu dans le poulailler?
He went to his farm, his cousin's farm. Do you know what he saw in there?
Sais-tu que j'ai vu un poussin de 200 kilos?
A chick of 200 kilograms.
Sais-tu ce que ça fait?
Do you know what it does? What it sounds like? A chicken of 200 kilo?
Lace them.
Very, very loud.
That's not bad. I like that.
His favorite joke was about a story, a hunting story,
yeah.
But it's way too long. But
that's okay.
His favorite one.
Oh my gosh. It sounds like you had a lot of fun doing that stand-up. Thank you so much for all your hard work. Is that what you want to do when you grow up, you think? Be a stand-up comedian?
Que tu voudrais faire ça quand tu vas être grand, être humoriste?
Je sais pas encore.
He doesn't know yet.
Wait and see. Yeah. You do it for fun maybe along the way.
Yeah.
So, is there anything else you want to share about your story or your journey or your fundraiser that you want to share with people who may be looking to do a fundraiser of their own, or a word of wisdom to another kid who wants to make a difference in the world?
Il y a quelque chose que tu aimerais dire, là. Tu peux dire n'importe quoi pour inspirer les gens peut-être à faire des levées ou peu importe. Est-ce que tu as quelque chose à leur dire?
Je sais pas quoi dire.
Est-ce que, mettons, tu leur dirais d'être proche de leur cœur, puis quand il y a quelque chose qui les touche, de pas lâcher puis d'y aller?
Ouais, pas mal ça.
OK.
He wants to say that when something touches you, go ahead, do it. Even if it's hard, even if you maybe people tell you that it's not possible, or well, do it anyway. When it touches right in your heart, go for it. Do it.
That's an unbelievable attitude. I think when I first started out, there's lots of people who told me in very nice ways to stop what I was doing, saying, you don't worry about it, you're only a kid, the world's a big place of complicated problems. And it's not like they were trying to be mean, but they were grown-ups and they just saw the world differently. So sometimes we need a different attitude to change things and become involved to help change the world. And I think you're doing that, Arnaud. Merci beaucoup.
Arnaud, il dit que lui, quand il était jeune, puis qu'il avait l'idée de vouloir changer le monde, il y avait des personnes qui lui disaient « Ouais, mais ça se change pas si facilement que ça » ou c'est difficile. Ou puis il dit il le voyait d'une perspective adulte. Fait que d'un enfant, on voit les choses différemment. Puis il dit une chance que je les voyais faites différemment parce que ça m'a aidé à apporter la fondation dans le monde. Fait que ton regard d'enfant est important. Peu importe ce que les adultes vont dire.
And I'd just like to thank you for joining us and sharing your story, Arnaud. Thank you for all your hard work that you've done. And I think you're an inspiration to me for sure. You're what gives me inspiration to keep on going, to know that there's other kids trying to make the world a better place. And now that I'm an old man, I have to pass the mantle to go-getters like you. So thank you so much for all your hard work. And it's going to change some lives.
Exact.
Bienvenue.